In this tutorial, we're going to cover how to go and customize your section heads and create a section head that you can use when you want to create a bathroom layout, for example. So let's just go to level 2. So for example, if you want to do a detailed layout of this bathroom, for example, I'm going to duplicate this view, duplicate with detailing. I'm going to change the scale 1 to 20, for example, and I'm going to switch off all the room information. Just remember, you models won't have a lot of this information in, but yes, you're going to have elevation markers. Okay, you're going to have grid heads, and you'll notice by default, and door references, all those type of things, but by default, you will notice that the grids are very large. So if you create a section through this or a view, so if we went to view and we started creating some views of this, you'll notice that the marker is quite large and it contains two bits of information. So the body contains what sheet this will be on, and this will be the detail number. So this little mark here will be the detail number, and then this mark inside will be the sheet number. But now, if you're using this tool to show a few of them together, and you'll notice it's creating these different views of the bathroom for us, you'll notice that these marks are quite large, okay, and they don't really work that well. So I'm going to delete these for the time being. Okay, so there's two ways we can use these. So in this instance, you might want to use a section rather. So here I'm going to use a section in this direction, and you'll notice if you're using my template file, it will look a bit better, but you'll notice that even these are quite large. So if you wanted to create a series of sections, okay, just remember this is, and it's putting it in a category here. If you go to sections, it'll be detail sections, so building sections. Okay, so we'll need to address that, put them in the correct category, okay, and then start using these correctly. So I'm just going to create one more view. Just remember, your bathroom will need a few more elevation views, but I'm just going to use this as an example. So here I'm setting this up, and I'm going to make sure that this is fine detail. So we're going to go into a lot more detail now, and I'm going to crop the information that I want to see. So let's just get this, put this in the right location. So I just want to create a bathroom layout in essence. Okay, so let's just stick with this. I'm going to switch on the crop region. Good. And we can switch on annotation crop. So if you've duplicated it from a plan, just remember if you go to crop and you go and crop annotation crop, it'll crop all the annotation objects as well. Now, you'll notice that these section heads are quite large, and it's showing you the sheet number, and typically the plan and the sections are on the same view. So let's just understand how these section markers work. So the first thing we need to understand is if we go to visibility graphics, or not visibility graphics, if you go to manage and you go to object styles and you go to annotation and you go to sections, okay, so here you've got your section lines, okay, and section marks. All right, in essence, I want to make my section lines quite thick. I give them a gray color, for example, and I use a center line to do this. This is typically how we do things in South Africa. Okay, so we're going to make a center line. Okay, I might want to make that the correct center line. So if you're using my template file, it'll look a lot better. And we want this kind of thick. But now we're still stuck with this issue that the actual markers are too big and it contains too much information for what we require. So I need to make a custom type and use this a bit more effectively. Okay, so I'm going to go to my section. I'm going to go to edit type. I'm going to duplicate building section. I'm going to call this room section or detail room section. So call this room. So that was building. I'm going to change this to room section. Okay. Press OK, press OK. Now what's neat is you'll notice it will start a new category with my room section, and that's quite important. Okay, so make sure all of these sections, that one and that one, make sure that they're all room sections. Good. So now I've got a wall section. Okay, so of this bathroom layout, and these all need to be 1 to 20. Okay, so this is the first option that we're going to use. So go back to my layout. change this to bathroom layout. So bathroom 1, rename. Good. All right. Now that we've got the correct section type created, we'll need to go and change the section tag. Okay. So we'll need to change how this works. And typically what we do is I duplicate this again. In this instance, I'm going to call this room section head. I'm just going to give it a category. Okay, and these are both going to be filled. So we're going to use M section head filled, M section head filled. Press apply, press OK. All that's done, if I create a new section, if I go to section and I make sure that it's my room section, you'll notice it'll have 2 heads by default. Okay, so let's just create one more over here. So this is enough information. Good. And we can start lining these up. Okay, as best as you can. This doesn't have to be 100%. Okay, good. All right. Now, so we've got a section through there. We've got a section through our bathroom in this direction. That's all I'm going to show for now. Yeah, so that's enough information that I can capture that information. I can capture this bath in the wall maybe. You might want a separate one of this bath. That's totally up to you. Okay, I'm going to just leave these current use. Now, we've still got too much detail here. So let's just understand this a bit better. If I go to edit type and I go to this section head call out section. Now, this M section head filled. Let's go and have a look and see how that works. Okay. So if we scroll down and we go to M section, so here we're going to go to annotation symbols, M section head filled, edit. And let's open the family. So in essence, all this contains is a series of labels that are always referenced. So these labels, you can always adjust them to what they need to. So you can see this is the sheet number in the project, and this one will be the detail number in the project. Okay, in this instance, we just want the detail number. We don't want all this other additional information. Okay, so if we go to VG and we go to reference planes, so let's just have a look and see how these things work. Okay, now you can see how these things work. So you have a reference plane that's always given a tag, a name called baseline, just so that it knows where to start from. There's a reference plane here and a reference plane here. Okay, so the line is always going to align to this. And the line of the section line in the project will always start from this reference plane or from this reference plane. Okay, and you'll just make sure that you'll notice that this is always grayed out. You can see there's not much you can do here. So is reference called right? Is reference called left? Okay, and then this is reference front, center, and back. There's not much you can do to change this. You can always duplicate this one. So how do we go and fix this? Now, you can go and edit all this information, but what I have done is I've created a section family that you can all use that will be good for our situation. So let's just go and load that family. So I need to fix this quickly. So you'll need to go and find this in your library. So you're going to go and find this information. So bin library. Okay, families, and you go to annotations. And you're going to go to sections. Okay, so you're just going to grab this information, section head detail number, drag and drop it into the project. All that you need to do now is select the section line, go back into edit type, go back into this type properties, and here you're going to change it, and you'll notice now section head detail number, section head detail number. Press apply. Press OK. Now you would have noticed that the section heads are way smaller. My apologies, I didn't press apply. Okay, so that's how we address that, and that's how you would use these section head map. Yeah, detail number, press apply, press OK. Good. Now you'll notice that these are way smaller. Okay, way smaller. Okay, but you'll notice that they don't show anything at the moment. So what we need to do is we'll need to start populating our sheet. So let's just start a new sheet in this project. So create a new sheet. You can make it, I'm just using the Revit sample project for this. Now, you'll notice now that you've got sections, room sections. Now you can start dragging section 1. I'll just need to fix what they show, but I'm just going to drag all of these in the same location quickly. Then we can start fine tuning. Okay, and let's just get this to the right level. Good. Now you can grab all of these, move them off the sheet very quickly. Okay, double click on the view. I'm going to fix what I want to see in this. So grab that, pull this down. Into the slab. That's better. Grab this. You should have done it in the views already, so maybe let's just go here and fix it. Go in here and fix it. So this is what I want to see up until that point over here. Good. There's one lesson. You can set one view and you can apply this to all. So maybe here should be a ceiling, so you're not going to see beyond the ceiling. So let's just say this view over here. So let's edit the boundary. I'm going to grab this information, Control C, finished. I'm going to go to this section 1. I'm going to go and say edit crop, delete that, Control V. I'm going to put it in exactly the same place. Just go paste from clipboard, and you'll be able to get it exactly in the same place. Good. And then just go back to section 1, and then this section very quickly, edit sketch, Control V, and you'll be able to get this to line up. Okay. Good. Finished. Okay, good. Now just adjust this to what you want to see. Just remember you can do this on the plan as well. So on bathroom layout 1, you can grab these markers and you can change this. So typically what we do is we show it into the wall, and we can show it into that wall there. So just get these set up more or less. And then I'll go past there, into the wall. So maybe that one will go past, but this one will be in the wall over here. Good. In the wall. Okay, this one, just make sure this one, tab until we select this. Now you can see we've put it on the sheet now. Our tags are starting to work correctly. So 1, 2, 3. Remember you can change these at any point, and I'm going to explain how those work. So that I might just take them to this wall over here and take it just to there for now. Great. Now I'm going to also put this on my sheet. So let's grab the plan and drag that onto my, so go into here, grab my bathroom layout. Okay, what I'm going to do very quickly is select all of these. I'm going to, so grab, okay, I've deleted some information here. I'm going to have to bring that back. I used this project for something else, and hopefully I didn't save it, but let's just see. That could be my bad. Anyway, just remember you can use my tags for this. I just don't like these ones with the line. I don't like these line objects, and I can show you how to fix those as well. Okay, so edit type. Here you can go and say show extension line, no. Okay, just press apply. You can leave it just like that. Okay, and it's using this M title, and you can go and edit that as well. Good. Okay, good. So move these to the right location. You'll see that these will start snapping. Now, what we tend to do, and this is just a good way to work, because we've used these section markers just with the detail numbers. So what is the detail number? What is the detail number? So let's just move this onto my sheet, place these views correctly. I'm not going to spend too much cleaning these up, because that's something that you can do now that you've spent a bit of time putting these together. Okay, so here you can start moving stuff into the right location. Double click on the view, switch in your crop region, just get the stuff a lot tighter. Remember, you can use this to pull this back tight. Okay, pull this back tight. Pull this back tight. Now at any point you can go and grab these. Just remember with my template, these will be set up a lot better to the correct size. Same exercise I'm doing now with the, I can switch this off. Okay, now that I've got that set up, just remember in the views itself, we don't show any of the sections, so you can go and select all instances in view, and you can hide category, so you can go and say hide category. Okay, yes, you'll show the levels, you'll show the grids if need be. Okay, so maybe they can come down a bit. These are still too high, but anyway, that's fine. Good. Now in this view, make sure hide category, hide in view category. Double click again, double click in here, hide category, hide category. Okay, good. You can move all these up. Good. So now that you've got this set, if you click on this view, you'll notice that there's a detail number for every viewport. Every viewport has a detail number. So what we can say now is call this S1. So section 1, S1. And this is only for this view only. So the other ones, you'll just notice that the labels will start reading correctly in this view. You see S1, S2, S3. Okay, so that's going to be S1, S2, S2, and S3. Okay, so now you see this little detail item has changed, and you'll notice that these have changed in the view. Okay, so that's quite important because you don't need to show the page number because everything typically in these types of arrangements is on one sheet in theory. Okay, so this is all on one sheet. Okay, and now you can carry on drafting and adding your detail to these views, but this is how you set these views up correctly using sections. So these section markers, you can break them now. This is what I like about the section option. Now open the family. So what I like about these section markers, so just tab, 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 and you can break these as well. Then you can play with where these things start from. Okay, just try and get these kind of neat. Get these things lined up so that everything starts in the right location, just so your drawing's not polluted. So just structure your drawing well. Okay, so this one I can also break. Okay, so at least now I can start reading this information. Okay, the grids I can maybe switch off the heads for now because it's not really, if you know where the bathroom is, those grid lines are not really, you can show the grid for example, but you don't have to show the tags. Okay, so let's just select that, switch that off. Okay, good. Alright, so in essence, I'm pretty happy with this result. Okay, the way this looks. Now you can start adding all your annotation objects in the bathroom layouts, the tiling patterns, etc., etc. But this is how you go and set these up, and this is how you would set your section markers up to work with these types of layouts. Okay, there's another option that I'm going to show that we will use elevation markers instead.